go ahead and get started. So we'll start in child's pose today. And you can choose to have your child's pose right.
So empty in my house, which is good, right? We don't want like too much stuff. Hey, Diane, good to see you. All right, so let's get started in child's pose. I linked the playlist, and if you want to listen to it, you can turn it on in like a minute or three once we get out of child's pose. And Asana might be practicing with us occasionally, but when she doesn't want to, she moves away. And you both know because you have cats. So we're going to open the knees wide or have the legs together coming into that child's pose, extending the arms out, letting the elbows drop, and just taking a few moments to wiggle through the hips, wrap the forehead side to side to roll the shoulders out, move through the elbows and the fingers, settling in. And so this week 6, I believe that we're at, and knowing that we've got a couple more weeks, hey Shirley, knowing that we have a couple more weeks left of this as we go through the month of May at least, just kind of noticing what's coming up for you. And I'm not going to project anything onto you that you might be feeling physically, emotionally, mentally. But I just invite you to notice that and to let it be. Because sometimes we want to kind of tamper down our emotions and our feelings, particularly when things get stressful or when things are uncertain or when they change or maybe they're not in a state we anticipated or want. And so just allowing yourself to feel those feelings, whatever they might be, and allowing yourself to sit maybe in some discomfort. So that's what a lot of this physical asana practice is, particularly some of the poses that are more challenging are a way for us physically to get into poses that are challenging, but know that we can do that. We can breathe through them, we can work through them, and we'll be okay at the end of it. And so I just invite you these first few moments of class to find that same sense of, if you do feel like you're in a challenging emotional place, I know I have been the past couple of days, that you let yourself feel. You let yourself feel the feels, whatever they are, and you see if you can breathe through them. If you can let them come up, if you can acknowledge them. And once you've acknowledged them, start to come into your breath. And we'll start with 4 rounds of breath today. Take a full inhale through the nose. Open them out, deep exhale. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, let it go. 2 more. Inhale. Release, exhale. And this last time, take it at your own pace. And then starting to come into whatever breath you would like, whether that is your ujjayi breath, whether that is that in through the nose and out through the mouth. You have 3 more rounds of breath in this child's pose. And maybe your intention today is to acknowledge the sensations, the feelings, the emotions that arise throughout this next 45 minutes on the mat. All right, when you are ready to, from your child's pose, we'll start with that side body stretch. And if you want to turn the playlist on, now is a good time, or you can wait until we get out of this child's pose. We'll take the arms to the right, maybe stack the left hand on top of the right. Let the head fall through the arms. Take a full breath in, full breath out. And then take the arms over to the left. Same thing. Maybe stack the right hand over the left. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then coming on back to center, bring your hips up a little bit. So almost like you're coming into a sort of puppy pose. Swim your right arm to the ceiling and feel that stretch both in the chest and in the back. And then thread the needle. And we'll keep the butt kind of in this high place. We'll stretch the left arm forward. And we won't do anything with the legs since we're still in possibly a wide knee or really narrow knee child's pose. Press into the back of the right hand and really tap onto the left fingertips to open yourself up. Think about spinning your left elbow to the ceiling. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Come on out. Plant the left hand. Swim the right arm to the ceiling one more time. Let that feel really good. And then hand down. Other side. Left hand up. Open, open, open. And then thread the needle. Let your head drop. Let your arm drop. Again, we'll reach the opposite hands forward. Come on to those fingertips. Elbow to the ceiling. Full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Exhale starts to unwind you. Right hand to the mat. Left hand to the ceiling. And we'll come on into tabletop, all fours, and start to just stir that pot. So that big circle with the body, the arms, the legs, the hips, the shoulders, the ribs even. And then take it to the other side, other direction. And then coming into just that still tabletop, start to just tap the tops of your toes. And it might be really loud. Hopefully you're not disturbing anyone in your house. And then you'll start to flip the palms up one at a time or both together and begin rocking the weight of the shoulders forward and back. So for a lot of us, we've been typing maybe more than usual. We've been on more than usual for things like exercise, or maybe more meetings on the computer. So just stretching out the forearms and wrists. Okay, we'll let that go. Shake those hands out. And we'll come on into down dog. Tuck the toes, lift the knees and hips. And we'll walk to the back of the mat. Past few classes, we've been doing a lot at the back of the mat. And we'll keep doing that today. Drop that. And then raise the hands, elbows to the cheekbones, and the knees slowly roll up. Vertebrae by vertebrae, you come all the way up. Push the hips forward, open the elbows wide, lift the chest. And then exhale, dive on down. Bend the knees, rolling on down. Hands on shins, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, walk it out, find your plank. First plank of class, maybe it's your first plank of the day, it is mine, but some people have taken classes or just decided, plank. Whether it is the first or not today, really find those wide hands, really spread the shoulders, the upper back lifting, the chest lifting, the belly lifting, and then the heels pushing back. Take an inhale to shift the body weight forward, and then exhale, come back to stack shoulders over elbows. One more time. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward, and we'll all lower down to the knees. Bending the elbows, coming down chest and chin. So you have arch in the back. Your butt is up. Take a breath in. Breath out. Slither the body long. Untuck the toes. Slide the hands a little farther back. Really squeeze the elbows close to you. Inhale, peel the chest, peel the head. Exhale, lower down. Next low cobra, a little less weight. Lift up, come onto the fingertips. Squeeze the elbows back, push down into the big toes. And exhale to the mat. One more time, hands off. Inhale, lift up. Squeeze the blades. Exhale, lower down. We'll add some strength, tuck the toes, lift the knees. Keep the elbows close, push up to plank and back to down dog. And take a couple of breaths in this down dog to just shake out, to move things around. And as always, this movement is very free form. You could be in a yoga shape, in a yoga pose. You could be in a shape that just feels good. So take 2 more breaths, just moving and grooving or finding your down dog. Hey, Vivian. And then once again, we'll walk to the back of the mat. Find stillness and down dog. Take the hands to the feet. Eventually, the weight comes in the feet. This time, bend the knees. Take the hands behind the back. Either interlace the fingers Or just to make it a little bit easier on yourself since it's still early in class, grab your strap or your scarf and take that between the hands. Bring the hands up to the ceiling, drop the head down. Maybe the knees are bent, maybe there's weight in both the balls of the feet and the heels. Keep reaching up through the hands. Take one more breath. And then slowly roll up. Keeping the strap in the hands, let it bring you into a back bend, lift the heart. And then exhale. If you have the strap, let it go. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. We'll do one more of those modified vinyasas. Just so you're going to take it really slow and find the transition. Bend the knees, walk it out, find your plank. Take just a moment here. One time, inhale, shift the body weight forward. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, shift it forward, lower to the knees. Bend the elbows, keep the belly tight and come down, chin and chest. So again, your butt in the air. There's a lot of space between you and the mat. And then slide your legs out. Pinky toes, big toes, toes on the ground, hands by the ribs. This time, elbows in, push up to a high cobra. So for some of us, for myself, that means my elbows are still a little bent. For some people, you can get your arms more straight with your hips down. And then exhale, lower. Next time, you get to decide, do you want the high cobra? Or do you want to push into your hands so much that you push into your feet as well and lift the hips for up dog? Whichever one you're at, transition into down dog in the way that makes sense for your body. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Once again, we'll walk the hands back to the feet. Let everything fold over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. This time, straight back. Arms reach up, up, up. Hands come to heart center, Samasthiti. So taking 2 breaths on your own to, again, just check in. Checking in with the body, checking in with the mind, checking in with the state of emotion. All right, coming into a sun bee variation from the back of the mat. Sit low in the chair, low enough that you can tip your fingers down. And then slide the arms back, right by the hips. Turn the palms to face your body. Drop your belly until it lands on the thighs. And if it doesn't quite land, you're going as close as you can. Can you tip the weight back more in your heels? So it's almost like your hips move back an inch or two. And then we'll stand up, bend the elbows, lift the heart. 2 more like that faster. Half chair, airplane the arms back. Stand tall, back bend. Last one, inhale, chair, half chair. Exhale, standing back bend. Fold all the way over the legs. This time you go through your flow in whatever way you want. And I don't normally do that knee, chest, chin, but sometimes it can be a nice way to get a little different stretch in the back. So feel free to keep doing it if you like it. So down dog, right leg lift. And the knee, open the hip. And then exhale, right knee to the left elbow. Find that twist. Can you lift that knee high? And then exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Coming into the chest, knee right into the chest. Maybe bring it to the nose. Can you lift it high? Knee bends, hip open, 3-legged. And then last time, right knee, right arm, lift it high. And then swim it up and back. Step your right foot forward. We'll take it to an early warrior 2 today. Drop your left heel, spin everything open. We'll be coming into half moon. So if you know you normally like your block for half moon, grab a block or a water bottle. It's about the same height. Open the arms out really wide. Sit the hips low between the legs. Inhale, right palm flips up, reach back. Exhale, right leg straighten, reach out, and come into a half triangle. So half in that we're using our waist to keep the side body long. We're not dipping down, but both legs are straight. 2 more times. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, we'll call this half triangle. 1 more time. Inhale, reverse warrior. Bend that right knee, push into the left foot. And then exhale, half triangle. From here, back into the hip. Right hand reaches out past the block or on the block. Bend the right knee. Push down in the right foot to lift the left leg. Early half moon. On the next inhale, bend the right knee ever so slightly. Exhale, straighten the right leg. 2 more times. Inhale, little bend. It's like a single leg squat. Exhale, straighten. 1 more time. If you're feeling wobbly or you've already fallen, don't worry about it. Come on back to warrior 2. Parallel the feet, reach up, look up. Exhale, goddess squat, heels and toes out. Inhale, star pose, straight arms, straight legs. Exhale, warrior 2 to the back of the mat. So we're facing a different direction. Now the left leg is forward. Inhale, straighten the left leg, reach up and back. Reverse your triangle, extending both sides of the waist. And then exhale, warrior 2. We'll spin that back heel up. We'll turn the back hip to face the back of the mat, coming into our crescent lunge, left leg forward. Inhale, bend the back knee, bend the elbows until the knee finds the ground. And then push your shoulder blades towards your heart space, the back of your heart space. You can lift your chest up. And then exhale, power lunge. Lift the back knee, airplane the arms. Like we did in half chair, you can stay here, or you can grab your strap, or you can clasp your hands. So it's up to you. Take 1 more breath. And then let it go. Hands to the mat, step to plank, vinyasa, facing the other way. So facing that back of the mat that we have been facing for the past few poses. Left leg lifts, bend the knee, open the hips. Feel that opening in the groin. Let that left foot get heavy to the right. And then exhale, twist. Left leg, right arm. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, knee to chest, round it in. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, left leg, left arm. Inhale, lift it up. Again, we start with warrior 2, so a little atypical, but opening up the side body today. Again, if you want that block, transfer it if you haven't already, and spin yourself up, big, wide, really strong and powerful warrior 2. Inhale, flip the left palm, reach back, reverse warrior. So keep that left knee directly over the left ankle. Think inner thigh strong, outer thigh strong, glute strong. And then gradually straighten the front leg as you tee the arms out and reach the torso out and halfway down. Take a moment here, get longer in the waist, and then push into the feet, bend the front knee, inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, half triangle. 1 more time, inhale, reverse. Exhale, half triangle. From here, half moon, back hand to the hip. Left hand reaches for the block or past it. Remember, we don't want the left knee or toes to turn. They stay really solid in the direction they've been facing. All we're doing is pushing down on the left foot, lifting up in the right. And remember, the straighter and stronger your right leg, the easier it is to balance, especially when we start to take that single leg squat. Here we go. Inhale, bend the left knee. Exhale, straighten. Again, don't freak out if this is challenging, if you're wobbling, if you've already fallen like 5 times. Again, we're just letting ourselves deal with the challenges, seeing what comes up, and then knowing, again, it's over. Look at that, warrior 2. Parallel the feet, reach it up. Exhale, goddess squat. This time we'll stay and hang out. And in hanging out, if there's movement you need to do with your hips, like sometimes sweeping feels good or bouncing, if you want to take it to that shoulder stretch, if you want to just drop down into the stretch and really make it less about strength and more about opening through your hips and your groin, go for it. And it'll meet in that star pose, that really simple yoga pose. We're standing tall, arms or legs are wide, everything's open out to the side. And then we'll take warrior 2 to the front of the mat to then square the left foot, hip, toes forward for high lunge. Back toes stay tucked, bend the back knee, bend the elbows, lower down gently. Pull the shoulder blades to support the heart space. And then exhale, power lunge. Lift the back knee, airplane the arms. Again, whether you want to clasp or grab your strap or just keep the hands apart, it's totally up to you. 1 more breath. And then hands down, go through your flow. Moving, as always, with your breath. That is your guide. There's no other like metronome, that's it. Take a full inhale. Sigh it out, exhale. Bring the hands to the feet once again, coming to the back of the mat. Bend the knees, slowly roll up. Vertebrae by vertebrae, coming up. When you get all the way up, reach up, look up. Hands come to heart center. And then just bring the arms by the sides, palms forward. Once again, we have 2 breaths on our own to just settle in, to check in, to notice. All right, if you close your eyes, blink them open. Grab that strap, that scarf, that towel, whatever you're using. This time we'll bring it in front of the body, doing a little bit of balance. And you all know that I love a good balance. So we're gonna build onto our balance this here. Chair pose with the arms just directly in front of the chest. So don't worry about bringing the arms up. Notice if you're coming into that knees, chest, chin, really arched back. This is different. We really wanna keep the back long. And maybe there's even a tuck of the tail so you feel like your abdominal muscles engage more. Arms are shoulder width apart, pulling the shoulders back, reaching the hands forward. From here, lift the heels, and then straighten the legs and straighten the arms overhead. So the strap eventually, and maybe like me, this doesn't work out the first time. And then exhale, lower your heels. Back bend, keep the strap where it is and just push your heart up and over. And then exhale again, chair pose. Arms at the chest, zip the belly to the back. Rise onto the balls of the feet. Ankles sturdy, press all the way up. Strong legs, strong glutes. Drop the heels, gentle back bend, lifting and opening, lifting and opening. One more time, chair pose. Arms at chest. Lift the heels. Slowly push it up. Drop the heels, lift the heart. All right, from here, bring the strap down. A one-legged chair, left foot will stay, right knee and arms will lift. We're going to keep the strap for the next few poses. Inhale, extend the right leg forward. Exhale, step forward, big crescent lunge here. Tip your body forward in that power lunge, but we're keeping the arms right beside the ears. So as the ears angle forward and out, so do the arms. Warrior 3, trust yourself. Push down into the right foot, lift the left leg, push to the left heel. Think inner thigh rotating up, outer hip dropping down. One more breath. And then one-legged mountain, left leg lift. Eagle rock, so bend the right knee. Take the left hamstring on the right quad. Remember that left toe could be on the ground off or wrapped. But notice if your knees skew to one side, you really want those knees forward. And like you're trying not to go to the bathroom, you're really squeezing those kegel muscles and squeezing those thighs. And then just gently release the arms down, the strap down to the top side. Take a breath in, open the collarbone. Breath out, sit lower. One more time, breath in, broaden the collarbone. Breath out, sit lower. Stand on 2 feet, find your back bend. Reach up, look up. Exhale, ditch the strap. And just step the left foot back, warrior 2. So just a stepping into it transition. A little bit different this time. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Straighten your right leg. Exhale, side angle. Bend your right knee. 2 more times. Inhale, reverse triangle. The 2 straight leg reach back. Exhale, side angle. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Pausing here. Think about rotating the palm down, pulling the shoulder down the back. Half moon again. Okay, maybe this time you don't use the block if you did it before, just to see what happens. Always good to get the top hand out of the way to start. Imagining that right hand is going past the top of the mat, pushing down in the right leg, pushing up and back in the left. Bend that left knee in front of you, and then grab a hold of the left shin or ankle, Chapasana. We did this last week, doing it again. And if you do need that block, sometimes that can be helpful, or like I'm using right now, my wall behind me. Keep that heel really, really close to the butt cheek and feel the stretch that you get in the left hip flexors and the left quads. Take one more breath and then step to the top of the mat, forward fold, let it go, stretching through the feet if you need to. And then inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, go through your flow. Taking the time you need, taking the space you need. We'll walk to the back of the mat. You may want to quickly grab your strap, bend the knees, roll it on up. Hands at chest height. Sit into your chair. Just one time here, lift the heels. Again, fire up the belly so the back isn't coming into any kind of back bend. It's really long. Lift the heels, push up with the legs, reach up with the hands. Drop the heels, standing back bend, little lift of the heart, arms overhead, left leg lift. Again, finding your balance here in that one-legged mountain. Extend the left leg forward, push out through that heel, and then step it all the way forward. High lunge. Again, keeping the strap where it is. So feel how firm right now your two legs are, especially your thighs, and how firm your belly is supporting the length in your spine. All we're doing is starting to angle forward in that spine. Arms are by the ears, arms are straight. We're activating the back by pulling the shoulder blades down, and then pushing to the left foot, lift the right leg, and legged mountain. Now we want to think inner right thigh up, outer right hip down. Bend the right knee, roll it up, one-legged mountain. Left knee bends, right thigh over the left. Find where you want that right foot to be, where it needs to be. Sit lower, squeeze the thighs, lift the chest, and then bring the arms down. And again, you may wobble. I'm wobbling. Take a breath in, open the collarbone. Take a breath out, sit lower. Again, take a breath in. Take a breath out. Unravel the strap. Unravel the leg. Step back. Warrior two, left leg forward. Inhale, reverse triangle. The straight leg reach back. Exhale, side angle. The bent knee reach forward. And you have two more. Inhale. Getting space in the side body. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Taking a moment here to just find the length. How far can your right middle finger get from your right pinky toe? Now bringing the right hand to the hip to set up for that half moon. Again, maybe your block is 4, but maybe you want to try the Chakrasana as a balance without it. If you're doing that, left hand is going past the top of the mat. Nobody's toes are turning. We're pushing down to lift up. And then bending that right knee so that you can grab a hold of the right shin, calf, ankle, whatever makes sense for you. Heel close, take one more breath. And then let it go, top of the mat, shake it out, roll through those feet, move those hips, inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Again, vinyasa, knowing you can always adjust this as you go or take it out of your practice if it's starting really not to work for you anymore. We'll take 3 breaths. You could be in this down dog. You could drop it back to child's pose. Those of you looking for a little more heat, find your dolphin. Keep your arms at 11 o'clock. So keep your inner forearms parallel. Keep your middle fingers parallel, and then start to just walk your toes closer and closer. And you could have bent knees here if you need to. This is not a headstand. It's kind of hard to see in the video, but my head is not on the ground, neither is my hair. We're pushing down to lift up. We're taking it up to the outer shoulders. Take 2 more breaths wherever you are. And again, you could be in that child's pose, coming back to your breath, coming back to that noticing. All right, yogis. If you're in dolphin pose, slowly come on out. We'll all meet in hands and knees in that tabletop. Hands are flat, toes are untucked, shins are down. Inhale, drop the belly, pull the heart through. Exhale, round the back a lot, tuck the chin. One more time, inhale gives you your cow. Exhale gives you your cat. Next inhale is a neutral spine. And we'll step the right foot back for plank and then the left foot back for plank. Bring the right hand or the right forearm, if your wrist doesn't love this, to the center of the mat. Come onto the pinky side of the right foot. Stack your left foot over your right for side plank, Vashisthasana. Remembering the other option is to drop the bottom knee, okay? 2 breaths here. Maybe you start to lift that top arm up. Maybe you start to bring that top arm to the thigh, or you add a little play with that top leg. Whatever you're doing, one more breath. And then we'll all take that top leg and bring that top foot in front of us. If you are on your bottom knee now, bring that bottom knee off the mat. We'll come to the pinky side of both feet. So now we're really externally rotating that top left leg. Reach the hips higher, reach the arm overhead, like you're making kind of a big half moon shape. And then exhale, drop the hips, drop the arm. 2 more times. Inhale, push it up, find the strength. Exhale, lower it down. That gives you that deep, deep stretch in the hips. One more time, push it up. Bring it down. And then coming all the way to a seat, half Lord of the Fishes. So my left foot right now is over my right thigh. I really just want to sit until both of my butt cheeks are on the ground. Now my right knee is bent so that my right foot is on the outside of my left butt cheek. If you can't sit flat here on your butt, then you're going to straighten your right leg instead, okay? So that's another option for you. We're going to turn towards the top knee. So that's our left knee. We're hugging that left knee either with the inside of the arm or we're taking that right elbow outside of it. Left hand is behind the back. Inhale to get really, really, really tall. Exhale to twist. 2 more breaths. Last breath. And come on around. You can take a gentle counter twist by just bringing the hands down, doing a little bow, lifting the butt, and then swing both legs forward. Give them a little bit of a shake. And we'll grab that strap one last time. Boat pose with some twists. We'll start with the feet flat. Again, this is a long spine pose, like probably 90% of our yoga poses. Extending the arms forward, pulling the shoulders back, but really reaching the knuckles away from those shoulders. Lean back as much as you can. Zip the legs together and then lift the feet. And you could have the knees bent or straight, whatever works better for you. Inhale to lift the arms overhead. Exhale to bring the arms back in front of the chest. 2 more. And if this is too much, your feet are flat here. You're still getting some really nice strengthening work in those abdominals. One more time. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, take it down. Now we twist. Take the strap to the right. Stay for 3, 2, 1. Take the strap to the left. Stay for 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. 3 more breaths. Maybe you want to straighten your arms and your legs. Everybody, broad collarbone, long spine, rooted sits bones. 1 more breath. And then let it go across the shins. Find that vinyasa. Okay. Once again, we'll come down into tabletop. This time, instead of taking cat-cow, we'll take some side body squeezes. You can think about this as a side body crunch. We'll start with the right hip and right ear trying to come together, and then center, and then left hip, left ear. So it's that lateral squeeze. Woo. 1 more time, right to right. Back to center, left to left, back to center. And then once again, we'll step into plank, 1 foot at a time. A left hand comes to the center of the mat or the left forearm, roll to the pinky side of the left foot, find your side plank, or the left knee is on the mat and the right foot is on the mat. Remember, you can do whatever you want with your arms and your top leg, so feel free to express yourself in the way you need to. Take one more breath here, lift those hips, and then everybody step your right foot in front of your left thigh. Come onto the pinky sides of both feet. So again, we're internally rotating the back leg, but we're externally rotating the top leg. Lift the hips higher, find the arc, right arm over the ears, and then exhale, drop the hips, drop the right arm towards the left leg. 2 more times. Remember, part of the challenge of this is not letting your bottom elbow, in this case your left elbow, get loosey-goosey, keeping it really strong. And this last time, you come all the way to your bottom hip, which is your left hip, bend your left knee, or straighten it, and your right foot is now on the outside of your left thigh. We're turning towards that lifted right knee. Remember, you can hug with the left arm, or if you feel like there's space, left elbow is outside of thigh. 3 breaths. Lord of the Fishes pose will slowly come out. Again, little counter twist. Tap it back. Bring yourself up. Extend those legs forward. Give it a shake out. Okay, this time we'll come into a bit of a deep quad stretch instead of core work, but that core work is going to keep our back supported. This next pose is called Half Heroes pose. And for some of us, it can be incredibly intense, so we're going to take it really, really slowly. If you have a block, grab it. If you don't have a block, it's totally fine. But if you do have a block, it might be handy, and it could be a foot to foot and a half away from your hips. We're going to start with the left knee bending and the right leg straight. So for this pose, we want to take the top of the left foot to the mat. We don't want to sit on that foot. So I'm not sitting on my left foot. My left foot is actually outside of my left hip. So there's space for both my left butt cheek and the top of my left foot. I'm pushing out through my right foot, which that leg is straight, and there's likely some space between your knees, which is totally fine. You're hips width apart with your legs. That makes a lot of sense anatomically. We're going to walk the hands back. So depending on how tight your quads are, how tight your psoas is as well, you might stop on your hands and say, whoop, this is it. I do not need to go any farther. If the answer is no, this isn't it, this isn't deep enough, you're going to walk down to your elbows, okay? Again, if you feel like this is the edge, you stop at the edge. Don't force it if this is super intense for you. If you need more and you have a block, you can lay on the block and just drop your head back, okay? If you still don't feel like you're at your max stretch, and again, we're not actually trying to come into a back bend, it just sort of happens naturally. We're actually trying to not back bend and lengthen that left thigh. You can come all the way onto your back, okay? Different legs are different, different bodies are different, different days are different. Sometimes when I do this pose, I'm on my hands and I can't go any lower, it's too much. Other days, I can be on my back. So definitely caution you from forcing yourself into any version of this pose just because you feel like you should. There's no should. You're just going into the depth of the pose that works for you. So that was, I'll let you sit here for 3 more breaths. Okay, like a lot of deep stretches, like a lot of challenging yoga poses, getting in and out are sometimes the most challenging parts and the parts where you can hurt yourself. So you really want to be cautious that when you come up, you're using your arms and your hands. You're really pushing down into those arms and hands to lift up. And once you get to vertical, rock onto your right butt cheek and gently and slowly take that left leg forward. And you may want to move that left leg. You may want to move both legs. You may want to bend into that knee, whatever it is that you need to do, open the knee out. And we're going to take half hero's pose on the other side. So again, if the block was useful on the left side, it could be useful on the right side. So now the left leg is forward foot flexed. Weight goes onto the left butt cheek so that we can bend the right knee. And again, we're not sitting on the foot. The top of the right foot is outside of the right butt cheek. So again, there is space for both of these body parts. There's space between the kneecaps. That's fine. And we're going back until our body says, that's good. I didn't mention it on the first side, but if you're feeling a deep, deep pulling in the knee, you may also want to just stay upright here. Or another alternative is to just come and sit on the feet if that doesn't cause any pain in those knees. So once again, if you're coming down until you feel like, okay, this is it. This is the stretch. Ideally, that right knee stays on the floor. But if it pops up a little bit and you feel okay with that, that's fine. You could also slide a little pillow under that knee if it's off the ground. And again, the target of the stretch is the bent leg. You have 2 more breaths here. All right, again, you're using care. You're using ease to bring yourself up. You use your hands, you use your arms. Remember that when you get up, you're lilting your body weight to the straight leg side so that it's easier to get the bent leg side out. And again, whatever you need to do to let that go, to shake it out. Okay, we will do one more vinyasa, but before we do that, just a quick Paschimottanasana. We have 2 of the tools that you could use. If you're still feeling tight in hamstrings or spine, you strap up your feet and you keep the back long as you fold. If you're feeling pretty open but not excessively open today, then you're just using your hands on your shins or your feet or the mat. And if you're feeling especially open, you're taking the block behind your feet. And instead of grabbing your feet, you're grabbing your block, okay? Wherever you are here, we're resisting that like rounding turtle shell happening. We're really trying to pull our head out of the turtle shell, extending the spine long, and then taking the fold where it happens because we're hinging at the hip. 2 more breaths, Paschimottanasana. All right, yogis, slowly bring it up. One last vinyasa for this class. Cross your shins, step your feet back, go through your flow, steady and strong. And then from here, we'll once again come to a seat, whether you want to step through or hop through. And we'll lay all the way onto our backs for just one back bend for a bridge today. If you know and love upward facing bow, you feel safe doing it in the instructions, go for it. Otherwise, we're bridging, hands by the sides, big toes parallel, push into the feet, lift the spine up. Take a breath in, breath out, breath in, breath out. Last one, breath in, breath out, slowly lower down. Bring the knees to the chest and find some gentle rocks on the back. And then to happy baby, bottoms of the feet to the ceiling. Remember, this, like we often do in the beginning of class, this is yours. Your time, your space to move in whatever ways feel good. And again, it doesn't have to be a yoga pose per se that you're doing or a shape that you know. You could just kind of get intuitive with your body to move. All right, we'll meet in legs up the wall. And if you are near a wall, or you want to be near a wall, because most likely at home we have at least a couple of blank wall spaces. I have a lot more blank wall spaces these days. But you probably have at least a wall that you are close to that you could use. And so if you want to take your legs up the wall there, just make sure that your butt and the back of your legs is directly connected to the wall. Otherwise, if you're not able to get near a wall, there's not a free wall space, then you're doing legs up the wall in the air. Everybody, for a moment, pull the toes down, lift the heels up. So we're flexing the feet. We're trying to really lengthen the hamstrings. And then you get to decide. You can stay here. If you're doing this in the air like I am right now, it's not necessarily the most restorative and relaxing place to be. Those of you on the wall, you could end your practice here. This could be your Shavasana shape, and it could feel really nice. Those of you with the legs in the center, you may want to bring those legs down carefully and slowly, and then find your Shavasana or your Supta. Okay, so coming into any final resting pose that feels good. Again, an offer is legs up the wall at the wall, which was one of my favorite restorative poses. And then dropping in. And you're just now letting yourself be. You're letting all of the movement and the breath and the intention and all the things that might have bubbled up or moved through you in a physical practice, you're letting it kind of simmer down and out. So there's nothing for you to do. There's no way special for you to breathe. You're just here. And I'll bring you out in about a minute or so. All right, yogis, slowly start to bring some awareness into your bodies again. Often by moving those digits and then those smaller bones and bits and pieces can be nice to then let the movement and the energy get bigger and bigger as it travels through those bigger parts of the body. You'll roll eventually to your right or your left side, coming into a fetal position and just taking some moments here to return to that intention, to return to noticing, and then maybe setting a mindset that you want to take with you from this practice back into your Tuesday. All right, finding a comfortable seat, whatever that means to you this afternoon. And we'll end with hands at prayer or hands resting. Just 2 breaths to close our practice. You can gently drop your chin towards your chest, bowing to both yourself and the other folks that practice with you through the internet. Take a big breath in, full breath out. What do you want more of? Breathing that in. What do you need and want to let go of? Breathe that out. The light and teacher in me sees and honors the light and teacher in all of you. Thank you for making the time and the space to practice live with me.